You heard Donald Trump is slashing foreign aid. USAID, the U.S. government's humanitarian arm, is getting gutted. Critics are calling it reckless, heartless, and even dangerous. But here's the question nobody's asking. Should America even be paying for this in the first place? For decades, Washington has spent billions on international aid, funding food programs, healthcare, disaster relief, and economic development across the world. The argument? It helps stabilize the regions, prevents crisis, and builds goodwill towards the U.S. But here's the other side of that argument, one that Trump has been making for years. America is $34 trillion in debt. Why are we sending billions overseas when we can't even fix our own problems? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more hard-hitting geopolitical analysis. 1. Why is Trump cutting USAID? First off, Trump has never been a fan of foreign aid. During his first term, he tried cutting it multiple times, only to be blocked by Congress. But now, with the Republican-controlled House, he's making his move. The argument is simple. Most foreign aid doesn't actually help America. Why are we funding nutrition programs in Africa when our own veterans are homeless? Why are we propping up foreign economies when American manufacturing towns are crumbling? I don't know if you've been to Detroit in the last 20 years, but a lot has changed. His critics, they argue cutting USAID is short-sighted. As always, they claim these programs prevent future crisis, helping poor nations avoid famine, disease, and instability that could ultimately create more problems for the U.S. But Trump and his supporters, they see it differently. If these countries need help, why can't Europe step up? Why can't China, with its massive economy, start footing the bill? Right? All we hear about is how great China is. Why isn't China donating its money and time around the world? Then there's the budget deficit reality. Here's the hard truth that nobody wants to say. The U.S. is running a massive budget deficit. In 2024 alone, Washington added nearly $2 trillion in new debt. Every dollar spent on foreign aid is a dollar that isn't going towards fixing America's economy, infrastructure, and social programs. This is where Trump's America First philosophy comes in. He's not saying aid is bad. He's saying Americans can't afford it. Look at Europe. The EU has a combined GDP roughly equal to America's, yet it spends far less on foreign aid. China, it hands out loans, not free aid. Meanwhile, the US keeps acting like it has unlimited cash to throw around. What happens if we stop? Will the world collapse without US funding? Or will other nations finally start pulling their weight? Trump's cuts to USAID, they'll have consequences. Some programs will be shut down. Some countries will struggle. Critics, they'll say it's a moral failure. But the bigger picture is this. The world has been relying on American generosity for decades. And now, with the U.S. drowning in debt, the question isn't just whether we should keep paying. It's whether we even can. So what do you think? Is this the right move for America? Should we keep spending billions overseas? Or is it time to put that money back into our own country? Let us know in the comments. This is Frank for America's Geopolitics. See you next time.